All right, so wanted to take some time here also to discuss something called the imposter syndrome. We'll also in this module get to kind of your mindset and what the expectations are here. So, first question there is, what is the imposter syndrome? The imposter syndrome is a feeling that you're a fraud or a phony, that you have no business doing the thing that you've chosen to do. It frequently affects new investors who think they're phonies because they don't have the experience, they don't have enough experience, they're not as accomplished as people they see ahead of them. So the question here is, how do you overcome this imposter syndrome? And the three ways you overcome the imposter syndrome are: number one, you partner with experienced people, which is exactly what you folks are doing here. You focus on you and you focus on education. So starting off, partner with experienced people like Flips of Fortune. Partnering with experienced people helps you take the focus off yourself. You're not selling your own expertise, you're selling that of your partner or your community. You don't need a track record here because you're relying on their track record. You can focus on the relationship you're building with the person to whom you're bringing the opportunity to. So, in other words, you then focus on the relationship that you have with these experienced folks, and you are then able to leverage what they offer to your to your investors in this scenario. So that's number one: partner with experienced people. Next is focus on you. Focus on an audience of people like you. Earlier on, we talked about picking a niche that involves in potential investors that like you. So that if you have commonality in what they do and what your W-2 may be. You have instant credibility because you jumped through the same hoops that they did. You speak their specialized language already, and they're inclined to trust you because you're one of them. So it's very common as you get into the commercial apartment space, when these larger apartment syndicators are raising money. Let's say they decide that their niche are doctors. Within their team, there'll be a couple of MDs and they'll be front and center. They're very successful in doing this. Why? Because the investor is inclined to trust the operator because the operator is one of them. The operator is or was an MD. And finally, here, focus on education. An expert, quote unquote, is someone who has more knowledge about the topic than the person that they're addressing. By going through this program, you'll be an expert in this style of real estate compared to most people. You can educate them on the process, I said here, of syndication. By doing so, you will be an expert in their eyes. So you'll teach them, a lot of you guys, were our investors. And if you remember, one of the first things we did was we walked through what the process is like, how we're going about raising the money. We raised the money in the second position. So we essentially were educating a lot of you guys on the process of syndication, especially if you can be the only real estate person in the room. Many people will be inclined to invest with you because you're the one who educated them. So therefore, focus on education. Okay, so the conclusions here. The imposter syndrome results from keeping the focus on just yourself. This will lead to thinking about ways that you don't measure up, but rather defeat it by keeping the focus on other people by, number one, selling someone else's expertise, like the group we have here. Remember, by the time you get through this program, you'll know more than 99% of the people in this world know about this style of real estate investing, the fix and flip, including many people who hold themselves out to be professional investors. So again, leverage the community, leverage the group. You are not by yourself here. You have an entire team helping you through the process. Also, we discussed speaking to people like you. So going back to, you know, identifying your niche and understanding the way they talk and they speak, and understanding that the people you choose, if you choose people who are very much like you, you've jumped through the same hurdles as they have. Um, Other people like them will see you as professional investors if you hold yourself out that way, and if you do what's taught in this program. And then the last part we talked about is focusing on education. This is the value. This is adding value. If you do this, to most people that you encounter, you really and truly will be the expert. They'll have no problem seeing you as the investor. So you should too. And this will all, you are focusing on the education, providing value. If somebody has a question, you're the first person they call. And if that happens, there's already a level of trust there, and raising money from individuals like that becomes that much easier. So finally here, um, threw in just a one small section in terms of your mindset, because I wanted to make sure that we very clearly define what this program will bring to you. So, and at least you know going in what to expect. Okay. If you want to become a professional investor, you must be patient. You must be playing the long game. You are not going to get filthy rich very quickly here. If you do what we're telling you to do and you're utilizing the practices, you'll be in the best position to earn income in a smaller period of time, but you must be patient. If you're here to get rich quick, you'll be disappointed. Just might as well stop right now. Do let us know. This is not the way. You're not. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen over time. It will develop time to develop networks of brokers and investors. So I know in starting off here, we will be the ones finding the deals. But as you grow and become more savvy, you may have the opportunity to collect off-market deals from brokers or agents. That'll take time. Investors, that'll take time. Leverage the group, leverage a group experience, but you building that trust with people does not happen overnight. It'll take time on your first deal, even in buyers markets. Again, we prefer for fix and flip more of a seller style of market, but it can take some time for the first deal. Your deals will naturally be smaller at first. So it'll be identifying opportunities that'll be a little bit smaller, easily to manage, easier to maintain, less moving pieces simultaneously. You will make mistakes and you will have many setbacks. At New Era, this happens. What we do best, though, that mistake doesn't happen again. Mistakes happen, they will continue to happen. But these are things that we hadn't experienced before. Once that mistake happens, the idea is what system, process, line of communication can you put in place to avoid that from ever happening again? Consistency counts more than any other quality, even more than talent. That's it's just exactly true. It's exactly the way we feel. Being consistent, doing the same boring ass thing every single day is a more important quality than being the smartest guy in the room. And to survive long term, you must put your investors first. Even if it means not making any money yourself at times. Customers first ensure long-term success. If you're looking to scale your portfolio and you're looking to do it in a model where you're going OPM or at least raising some money, focusing on the individuals who are you're raising money from is the way to do it. If you do these things, you will succeed and you will get rich slowly.